Dr. Bruno, and this is the Keto Challenge. It's now week 3. Um, and I have to report some difficulties with the weight loss attempt with the keto gummies and supplements. I was on a keto diet in addition to the keto gummies. Um, and I found that when I was doing any significant running, I was kind of running out of energy. Um, and I started craving carbohydrates really badly. When we run, we utilize both sugar and fats as an energy source. The fats break down into the keto parts, and then the carbohydrates break down into sugar. Sugar goes into the muscle cells very rapidly, is utilized very rapidly, and it's basically the main chemical that's used in the brain and the heart area. So this is kind of the preferred energy source. Ketones can be used, but are not the preferred ones. They're like a little bit slower, whatever. So people will notice sometimes that they have a little bit of lethargy or fatigue or slowness, and they call that the keto flu. This is what I noticed. On Saturday and Sunday, I was running, and I just felt like I didn't really have the energy that I used to. Um, couldn't run as fast, was struggling at times. Um, and then the craving for carbohydrates became intense. Um, so I allowed myself to have a little bit of carbohydrates on Sunday to recover from the run that I did. And this basically kept down the cravings without going crazy with the amount of calories. Now, one thing I will report though is that on Thursday, my weight was down to about 195 pounds, which would be down about 6 pounds from where I started. Um, uh, but then it popped back up again to 198 pounds, which is just a weight loss of about 3 pounds. Now, most diets are good if you can lose about 1 pound per week. So this 1.5 pounds per week is certainly acceptable. Um, you know what the difference is between Thursday and today is the fact that I had some carbohydrates, which basically stored in the muscle cells. And when the carbohydrates get stored, it's kind of like in the form of soggy bread. Um, the carbs absorb a lot of water, and so it forms kind of a gel like substance that's called glycogen. Um, Glycogen is a carbohydrate. It can be broken down fairly easily to glucose, and that's why it's stored in the muscle so that it's readily available. Again, when we run, we use both the carbohydrates and the fats to provide us energy. It's just that the sugars that come from the carbohydrates are utilized faster than the breakdown of fats to produce ketones. So again, I did a heavy workout over the weekend. I did some fast training on Saturday. On Sunday, I did some hill training with hill repeats. I did some weight training on Saturday also. So it was a lot of work, and I'm sure burned up a lot of sugar, a lot of carbohydrates, and that's why I was craving by Sunday. Um, and again, some of the weight that I lost by Thursday was actually just water weight that was the result of losing carbohydrates. Uh, this is sometimes what people will notice when they go off the keto diet is that they put on quite a bit of weight right away as soon as they get back on the carbs. And again, you basically start storing the carbs that you were missing. And then at the same time, when you start, you store water. And water weighs quite a bit, so the weight will jump. Don't be too discouraged if this happens. Just realize that your weight loss may not be as great as you thought it was. You might be surprised to see that you've lost 20 or 30 pounds, put the carbs back, and maybe now it's only 10 or 15 pounds. Still, look at the future, not so much at the past, and try to figure that if you lost the 10 or 15 pounds, that's still better than 0 pounds, and try to keep pushing, um, uh, and basically try to eat a maintenance diet with a low amount of carbohydrates, but not the extreme measures that you need for the keto diet. Okay, take care.